talk, I just can't hear any of it.
Yeah, what you say is
but we know that they're both on there.
they are both on.
Gunkel on the right point. Gunkel back to Dronen on the half wall. Dronen surveying, sends it down low to Fear, mishandles, and he's jumped there, but he regains control behind the net, gets it up to Gregoire. Gregoire snaps a long shot on net, but Bertram's able to redirect high.
Well, we're getting some opportunities here on the Moorhead side. St. Cloud doing a good job of boxing them out, not letting them get too many on.
Dronen Overbowl Fear unit will stay on with Gregoire and Gunkel at the point. 3:30 remaining in the 5-minute major. Puck is down and won by St. Cloud, but not able to clear up to Gregoire, who slides it to Gunkel into Fear with a nice shot on goal, but Bertram's there for the save. Back up to Gregoire, slides it across to Gunkel on the right point, who controls. And he mishandles, and it clears the zone with St. Cloud in pursuit. Gregoire now peeling back in the neutral zone and fires a nice cross-ice pass to Lucas Fear, who enters on the right. Brings it in, driving wide on Max Rude. Rude rides him out nicely, but Overbo is there to pick up the puck. Overbo tries to get it up top to Grammer. Gets it up where Grammer has to send it back in under some duress by Keller. Now Fear behind the net with Dronen. Dronen wins the puck, comes out on the right side around the wall to Moylanen on the half wall. Moylanen into Triggs, cutting through the middle, and Triggs tries to get a shot on net, but redirected nicely there by St. Cloud Tech Apollo. Moylanen on the right side, down to Triggs in the corner. Triggs comes out, slides it to Grammer up top, back to Triggs in the middle, and Triggs lays one on net, but Bertram, staying square to the puck, is there and covers up.
That was a great give and go between Triggs and Grammer. They've been doing that well all year long. There's good communication between Triggs and Grammer there to get that puck on net.
So we've got the top unit for the Spuds back on the ice with Triggs, Johnson, and Jess, Grammer, and Moylanen at the point. Carter Johnson wins the puck up to Grammer at the point, who has to send it back in deep under some pressure from Oster. Moylanen slides it in behind, but he's met there by Davidson, who's able to win the puck and clear it the length of the ice, where Hodges will set it up for Grammer behind the net. Grammer behind the net, surveying, waiting for the Spuds to come back, steps out right in front of his own net there, comes up quickly. Here comes Luke Grammer up the ice, slides it off to the left to Moylanen. Moylanen carries in, tries to get it back to Grammer, but picked nicely out of the air by Davidson. Comes back to Grammer. Jess now has it. Jess driving the seam. Down low to Johnson. Johnson fans on a pass, trying to hit Cade Moylanen back door. Now Triggs in pursuit on the half wall. Wins the puck back. Turns it back to Jess down low. Jess walking. Gets it up to Moylanen for a one-timer. Bertram's there to make the save. Held in, but not quite, as the puck hops over the stick of Luke Grammer and goes the length of the ice, where Hodges will set it again for him. And Grammer picks it up and throws it back around. Reverses it to Fear. Fear back to Gunkel. Gunkel to Grammer. Grammer up to Dronen on the left, who slides it to Overbo, entering the zone. Overbo brings it in, gets around the D. Overbo's driving the net and gets a quick shot on goal, driving to the goal mouth, and Bertram there to make the save, up to Grant Frisch at the point. Frisch slides it to Dronen. Dronen gets it into Overbo in the corner. Overbo sets up, back up top to Grant Frisch. Grant Frisch working the left point, finds Dronen on the half wall. Dronen sliding, looking, finds Overbo. Comes out to Grant Frisch up top, who snaps one on net, just directed wide by a St. Cloud defenseman, but puck recovery by Overbo in the corner, back up to Grant Frisch. Grant Frisch sliding, slides it across to Gunkel. Gunkel snaps a quick shot, rebound there. Puck is loose, Spuds fighting for it, and it's still loose, and eventually grabbed by Max Rude and cleared the length of the ice, where Hodges will grab it. 46 seconds remaining on the power play. Hodges with the length of the ice pass up to Dronen. Dronen controls, gets knocked off the play nicely, and St. Cloud is able to clear from that. Gunkel picks it up, swinging in behind Hodges, coming out the right side, up the ice, a little centering pass to Johnson, but hits his skate. And right there is Oster, who sends it back to Davison, who is able to clear it the length of the ice. 20 seconds remaining on the penalty. Gunkel slides it up the wall to Jess. Jess touches to Johnson, who comes up through the neutral zone. He has Triggs on the right. Johnson comes across, but the play is offsides, as Caden Triggs was unable to hold the line, dragging his leg.
It's barely offsides. That line has been good all year in zone entry and getting that puck on net. Lucky for St. Cloud that one got called off. They looked like they were ready to head for it.
We have the Triggs, Jess, and Johnson line, with Triggs in the middle taking his faceoff. Gregoire and Grammer at the point. Puck is down. St. Cloud is able to win it and ice the puck, which will clear off the last 10 seconds of the Spuds power play. Maybe one rush remaining as Gregoire sets up behind the net. Comes up, slides it over to Grammer, who comes up the middle of the ice, gets it over to Jess on the right side. Grammer joins, enters in the middle. Here he comes, slides it back to Triggs, And Triggs is able to score. We've got a goal. Spuds goal.
Excellent job by Luke Grammer of joining the rush. Another give and go that results in a goal.
So the Spuds were not able to capitalize on the 5-minute power play, but shortly after it expires, they are able to get on that one last rush and get the first goal of the game. With 10:43 remaining in the first period, the Spuds take a 1-0 lead.
You know, Rob, as nice as that goal was, it all starts on the breakout. We're getting good, clean breakouts out of our own end, and it moves the puck up nicely for the Spuds.
Dronen wins the faceoff. Moylanen carries up over the red line, tries to get it deep, is unable to. That's where Amundsen gets it for Tech and is able to get it out to center ice. Grant Frisch chasing in pursuit hard by Luke Johnson of Tech Apollo. August Falloon picks up the puck. Now Johnson behind the net, centers it out front to an open Keller, but Keller is unable to corral that puck, and now Michael Overwell brings it back up the left side. The powerful winger gets into the zone and centers it for a streaking Lucas Fear. Unable to connect as Max Root is there to intercept and clear it. Grant Frisch back for the Spuds now has the puck and is pursued hard by Keller, but Grant's able to avoid him and get the nice breakout pass to Overbo on the left. Overbo snaps a rink-wide pass that is just misfires to Lucas Fear, goes the length of the ice for an icing.
You know, Rob, this line of Luke Johnson, Fallon, and Keller, they are some quick skaters. They're putting a lot of pressure on Moorhead's defensemen. They transition quick in the neutral zone. Nice line of skaters there, very smooth.
Clearly Tech Apollo's top line, and they're showing why tonight. We have Jonas Spicer in on the faceoff, Kai Holm on the wing, along with Johnny Franklin playing on the right side tonight. With that line, we've got Grammer and Gunkel on defense. Faceoff won by Warner. Shot is blockered away nicely by Hodges. First, St. Cloud Tech Apollo's first shot on goal. Puck's in the near corner where Holm ties up with Warner. Oster's able to win it back to the point. And Boyk is able to snap one on net, but easy pickings for Hodges, who gloves it and gets the whistle.
Easy save for Hodges. No players in front of the net for St. Cloud, which makes it an easy save for Hodges.
Warner in, Eric Warner that is on the draw with that's Oster on the left. Another shot on net for Tech Apollo.
One thing we're going to need to do on Moorhead's end here is we're going to have to tie up that shooter in the slot. That's 2 in a row we've got right on Hudson.
50-50 draw is able to clear the zone. Pass Boyk, who's in pursuit with Kai Holm pursuing hard. Boyk flips it high off the glass, doesn't clear the zone. Spicer's in pursuit, and the Spuds forecheck is taking over. Johnny Franklin snaps one on net, pops out to Mion. Mion hits some traffic, and it bounces to the corner. Tech Apollo tries to clear, but Holm is there to keep it in. And that's where Kristen is able to clear for Tech Apollo. Comes out to Moylanen, who sends it back in, and the Spuds are in pursuit. Johnny Franklin caught on it in pursuit of Baker. Baker in the corner, but Triggs is able to beat him to the puck and nearly win the puck. Nice job by Baker, battling hard. And we got 3 Tech Apollo players consumed by Triggs, and he wins it out to Johnson, who snaps a quick one on Bertram, and Bertram is there for the save. Puck is cleared. Mion back, entering his own zone now. Peels it back quickly up to left side to Triggs at the far blue line. Triggs is able to get the puck, slides it across to Jess. Jess rolls it into the zone behind the goal line and is in pursuit. Warner, that's Corey Warner, sends it in behind to Davison. Davison comes back this way, reverses it back to Warner, who comes up the right side. Surveying the ice, Warner is skating, but Cullen Jess is able to pick it off, and then Warner gets his stick in there into Cullen Jess's feet and pulls him down. We've got another Tech penalty coming up.
Yeah, Warner reached around to try and stop Jess, and he got his stick just caught in his skates, pulled him down. Good opportunity for Jess, but we'll be back on the power play here for Moorhead.
Spuds will go on their second power play of the day, and frankly, might have been a call that the Tech Apollo coaches don't mind at that point, because one of the most lethal goal scorers on the Spuds, Cullen Jess, would have been in all alone. Johnson, Jess, and Triggs, Grammer, and Moylanen at the point. Puck is played up top. Moylanen does a nice job to punch it back down to Triggs, and again it comes to Moylanen, and St. Cloud's able to clear. Grammer back. Hodges clears it for Grammer behind the net. Falloon waiting out front. Here comes Grammer up the ice, surveying, coming, gets it to Jess. Jess up the right side, entering the zone. Tries to make a little entry pass to Triggs that misfires, and Tech Apollo tries to clear. Grammer is able to hold it in, gets it to Jess. Jess down to Johnson. Johnson gets it up to Moylanen for a one-timer who just misfires, and now Jess in puck recovery gets it, slides it across to Grammer. Grammer steps in, fires one just wide of the net. And Jess has it again on the half wall on the left. Tries to get it to Grammer, but picked off nicely by Oster, who's able to clear it the length of the ice. Softly into the corner where Grammer picks it up and now starts to come up the ice again, waiting, and gets it to Dronen. Dronen up the left side, crossing the blue, controlling it in, flips it to the corner where Davison rides him out nicely. But Max comes away with the puck. Max Dronen with it, gets it to Fear. Fear setting it up down to Overbo. Overbo bounces off his stick. Davison tries to clear, but Gregoire keeps it in, slides it to Gunkel. Gunkel at the right point, down to Dronen. Dronen up top to Gregoire. Gregoire snaps one, hits some traffic, but rolls on to Bertram for another whistle.
It's an excellent job by Cade Moylan on the first phase of that power play. He's been sliding down for that backdoor pass. He's done it all year. He's very good at it. It resulted in a goal for him a couple times already this year. Great job.
Power play back at it here with Gregoire and Gunkel on the point and the second unit of Dronen, Fear, and Overbo. But here comes Warner in for St. Cloud. Nice play by Gunkel to fight him off and win the puck to Fear, who comes up the right side. And the Spuds try to come in on the rush and set it up cross ice to Dronen, who enters across the blue line. Closed out nicely by Max Rude. And Luke Johnson's able to clear the puck to center ice where Gregoire turns it to Gunkel. Gunkel back cross ice on the left to Overbo. Overbo enters the zone. But Rude is there and Johnson to pick it up and up to Gregoire, who slams it back in. But picked off there nicely out to center ice again. Gunkel has it at about his own blue line. Back to Gregoire. Gregoire, as St. Cloud returns to full strength, Gregoire flips it in the zone. Johnny Franklin hard on the forecheck. Reverse it over to Rude. Rude gets it to Engel, who clears it out to center ice where it's Luke Grammer peels back for the Spuds. Comes around behind Hodges and peels up the right side. Nice little play up to Franklin on the wing. Franklin picks it up, crosses the blue line and gets it over to Spicer. Spicer in behind the net now. On the forechecks, controlling the puck nicely. Slides it to Kai Holm behind the net. Kai Holm to Grant Frisch on the left point. Frisch fires, redirected nicely by Spicer, just wide of the net. Spicer on puck recovery in the corner, gets it down to Franklin. Franklin wins a battle there, and Spicer picks it up. Spicer behind the net, battling with Rude. Rude wins it, comes out, up the left side. Up the ice is Max Rude. Tries a centering pass up the ice to Engel, who tips it, and it goes the length of the ice, but no icing as he was able to get his stick on it. Now it's Engel in the corner, but Luke Grammer comes out with it, sends a cross-ice pass to Johnny Franklin coming up the ice. Franklin chips it up the wall to Holm. Holm just misses, and it's picked off there nicely by Harrington of St. Cloud. And it's sent in deep. Warner sends it in. Grammer makes breakout pass to Jess. Jess to Johnson, who sidesteps. A defender enters his own. Back to Triggs. Back to Johnson. Johnson on the side of the net. Centers it, and it just gets tipped wide as a Tech defender got a stick on it and almost knocked it in his own net. There's Gunkel. Gunkel firing one that hits traffic. Now Triggs down to Johnson in the corner. Johnson controlling. He's being ragged by Davison. Davison with pressure on him. Then Oster. Now Johnson down to Triggs in the corner. And the puck is rolled back around by Warner. Comes up to the half wall, unable to handle it is Johnson, and Tekapala is able to tip it out, and Moylan peels it back to the top of his own circle. Long stretch pass up to Triggs at the blue line. He's got Johnson coming. Johnson just about gets around the defender, but a nice play there by Baker to tip it away from Johnson. And now here comes Tekapala back up the ice. Wide angle shot coming in, and Hodges is there, square to the puck to make the save and get a whistle.
Yeah, that was a great pass over to Kristen. He stayed wide. He was all alone over on that far side. Nice breakout pass, and he's in on the goalie for a shot.
Overbo, Fear, and Dronen. Dronen in for the draw. We've got Grammer and Gregoire on the ice. Tekapala has Boyk on the point, along with Baker. And we have Falloon at center with Keller. And there's some confusion as to maybe they didn't make their line change quick enough, so Tekapala's not going to have the personnel that they want, but they are going to stick with Harrington on the left wing. Dronen wins the draw back. Gregoire in pursuit of it, gets it, makes a nice pass up to Overbo. Overbo streaking up the ice, played nicely by Keller. The hard body check, and he turns the puck over. Harrington swings it back, but Luke Grammer there to pick it off and sends it up. It's tipped away by Falloon on net, actually down the length of the ice where Bertram covers up and gets a whistle.
Good pressure by St. Cloud on Moorhead's defenseman there.
St. Cloud coming out, playing fast and hard early, being a little disruptive on the Spuds coming up the ice. Dronen in for the draw. Wins it back to Gregoire. Gregoire snaps it on net, lays in the crease, it's behind him, and the whistle is blown That quick Gregoire snapshot got through Bertram and laid in the crease, and the Spuds scrapped for it, but St. Cloud's defense was able to hold him off.
That's a good reason to never give up till you hear the whistle. No one knew where that puck was, including the goalies. So Moorhead with a good opportunity, but this one stays out.
Got another conversation happening with Johnson and the official. Dronin in for the draw. The linesman was a little quick as Carter Johnson still was not off the ice yet after the discussion with the official. Dronin, Overbo, and Fear. Gregoire and Grammer at the point against the Falloon Johnson-Keller line of St. Cloud. Back to Gregoire. Snaps another one, redirected by Dronin just wide of Bertram, and Luke Johnson's there to pick it up in the far corner and lift it high out of the zone, picked off by Fear, who chips it in. Where Amundsen picks it up, goes cross ice to Rude. Rude fans on a pass, and the Spuds are able to disrupt and keep it in. We got Dronin and Fear in a scrum with Keller and Falloon. Rude picks it out and makes a nice little outlet pass to Falloon, who back passes to Keller. Keller back to Falloon as they enter the zone. Shot nicely blocked and redirected by Grammer. Puck pops out loose in front of the net, but Hodges is there to grab a hold of it, and we've got a whistle and another little fracas out front.
Great job by Luke Johnson of getting that puck on net from behind the net. That one just about squeaked by Hodges. This line here, they're getting a lot of ice time for St. Cloud. Johnson, Falloon, and Keller. Great skaters, and they're doing a great job for St. Cloud right now.
Certainly a line that is their top performing line, and we're seeing every bit of why tonight with their speed and tenacity and their ability to read the play and disrupt plays. They're creating a little bit for St. Cloud, and we've got coincidental minor penalties to Fear and Falloon. Will remain 5-on-5, and the puck's down. Grant Frisch has it in the corner, lays it up the wall nicely to Franklin. Franklin takes a funny hop off the wall on Johnny, and St. Cloud's able to keep it in, but Johnny brings it back, and here he comes up the right side. Some pressure there from Harrington keeps the puck in for Tech Apollo, but Jonas Spicer comes away with it, picked off nicely there on the play by Simonson, who tries to send it in deep but throws it out of play, and we'll have a center ice face-off.
Rob, you made reference to this early on in the game. St. Cloud's going to have to be physical with Moorhead to keep this game competitive, and they're doing a great job of that. Moorhead's struggling to break the puck out because of the physicality of St. Cloud.
Spicer gets tangled up but is able to win the draw and clear the zone. Puck back to Rude, who sends it over to Amundsen. Amundsen gets it in across the red line, back behind where Hodges tries to play but takes a wild hop off the kickboard and comes out where John Franklin is able to chip it by Rude and get it out. But it comes back across to Davison. Davison surveys the ice, gets to the red line, is able to throw it in deep again. Hodges this time is able to corral this one, leave it back for Gunkel. Gunkel comes up. Kai Holm goes down, and Gunkel lost his outlet, but he carries on up over the blue line and into the neutral zone where Spicer's able to throw it deep. Bertram's not able to hold it. Puck wraps around for Davison. Davidson gets to the center ice. We're there. Warner's able to slam it deep, and it bounces funny on Hodges again and gets by Hudson. Pops right out to a Tech Apollo player who just fires it in the open net. And a funny carom, not the first one. There has been multiple funny caroms off the kickboard. Got the Spuds this time.
Yeah, unfortunate bounce for the Spuds. St. Cloud was in the right place at the right time and able to beat Hodges.
So Tech Apollo, on a bit of good fortune, is able to tie the game up. And, of course, you've got to execute when those good bounces come your way, and he certainly did that and slammed it home. Johnson in for the draw. Triggs and Jess. Gregoire and Grammer out there. One back to Grammer. Grammer has it and makes a little move on Warner, who chips it and gets it up to Jess. Jess plays it up the wall, but unable to get to it as Warner is the first man to it. Here comes Jess, who wins the puck, gets knocked off the puck there nicely by Kristen, and the puck's flipped high where Gregoire gloves it down and has now got it. Warner now picks it up, is moving in on Grammer, tries a shot, blocked by Grammer. Gregoire gets it behind the net. But a nice job by the Tech Apollo player, Luke Johnson, to win the puck there in the corner. Triggs tries to flip it high out of the zone. Warner's able to keep it in. Now Cullen Jess turns it up. Jess flips it up to Johnson. Johnson chips it in around Warner. Oh, and a centering pass back for Grammer, misfires, and Luke Johnson turns it up the ice for Tech Apollo. That's where Engel gets it, flips it in on Hodges, who handles a funky bouncing puck and just decides to hang on.
Yeah, Rob, St. Cloud is doing a good job of sending their forwards out for that stretch pass. Moorehead's defense is going to have to be aware of that all game long, apparently, because it's happened multiple times.
Droning in for the draw, and it's A 50-50 dugout by Falloon. Falloon turns and fires just wide over Hodges' blocker, and puck is down in the corner where Keller gives chase, and Dronen wins the puck, and it's hit hard by Falloon, who wins the puck out to Johnson, who's got an excellent chance, but Hodges is there and makes the save and gets another whistle.
Great save by Hodges. Pretty ugly check on Moorhead's defense. Would appear to be from behind, but no call on the play.
The Falloon line with Johnson and Keller will stay out against Dronen, Overbo, and Fear. Grammer at the point. Puck one to Grammer. Grammer around his net. Gets checked nicely by Keller there, and Keller's able to create the turnover. Puck comes to center, now back to Gregoire. Gregoire over to Grammer. Here comes Grammer surveying up the ice, gets it to Dronen in the middle, who tries to get it back over to Grammer coming up the right, but it misfires, and here comes Keller again. Keller and Johnson with Falloon trailing, but Gregoire pinches it off nicely in the corner, wins the puck, sends it up high, where Amundsen tries to throw it on net, but it's blocked there and back out to center ice, where Max Rude will pick it up and survey as St. Cloud Tech Apollo tags up. Puck's tipped deep. Gregoire's first on it. Falloon with a nice forecheck gets it, but Dronen's there to clean it up. Here comes Dronen up the right side. Little pass off the wall to Franklin, doesn't connect as Rude is there to intercept it. And here comes Grammer in pursuit, but Tech Apollo gets it back to Rude at the top of their own circle. That's where Oster gets it. Sends it wide to Luke Johnson, who's in pursuit. Gunkel's chasing, but Johnson slashes his stick and knocks it out of his hands. And we're going to have another Tech Apollo penalty coming up. Luke Grammer carries on, flips it in deep. Puck caroms wide of Bertram, and Tech Apollo is finally able to touch it up and get the whistle, and we'll have a slashing penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he took that slash like that. He had a good angle at the net, but St. Cloud's going to have to stay out of the sim bit here. Moorhead's power play is very effective, especially with this top line out there. Grammer on the point. Of course, Triggs, Jesse, Johnson.
We'll see what the Spuds have drawn up with 3.9 seconds remaining in the period. Try to get a quick shot off, a quick shot on goal, and maybe sneak one in here. Triggs in for the draw. Johnson now in for the draw, and it's a stalemate where Tech Apollo is able to win it, and almost a quick shot for Moylan right at the buzzer. And the period will come to an end with the score tied 1-1. Decent play back and forth. I'd say a period that Tech Apollo will take, getting that fortunate bounce towards the end to tie it up, and they'll go into the intermission feeling pretty good about where they're sitting right now versus the Spuds.
Yeah, no, good first period for Moorhead. Hodges with some good saves. Like you said, that one unfortunate bounce, but I think St. Cloud, the players are going to hear from the coach between periods here that we got to stay out of the penalty box, or maybe a struggle for them.
So we have 1:57 remaining on a Spuds power play. As the second period starts, the Spuds will go on the power play, and we will take a break until that time. Until then, enjoy some of our sponsors and the future Spuds as our rookie level boys and girls are coming out for a little intermission action. We'll be back in a few.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
I get asked
all the time, what in the world is a credit union?
Let me tell you.
It's a member-owned financial cooperative.
And you're a part of it.
You're a part of it.
Because our earnings go back to our members.
So open your eyes to a credit union.
Yeah, that's right. Open them. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. Have a sandwich, you hero.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Open your eyes
To a credit union.
Wait. What's a credit union?
It's a financial cooperative.
And it's member-owned.
Which means
Better rates.
Lower fees.
And all the financial services that you need.
It's easy to join.
So easy to join.
practically ridiculous how easy it is to join.
So open your eyes.
Open your eyes
Open your eyes to
a credit union.
So open your eyes. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Back in 1926, people in the FM area began choosing the latest fashions and flooring materials from Fargo Linoleum, and they still do. Fargo Linoleum offers you everything in floor covering. After all these years, Fargo Linoleum is still the floor covering leader.
Whether you're building a new home or looking to save money on your energy bills by improving your existing insulation, let the experts at Cullen Insulation help you out. Contact Dan and mention this ad to receive a 10% discount off any work they perform for you. Just like your Moorhead Spuds, the team at Cullen Insulation is committed to excellence.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
light-duty truck to do full-size jobs. Boss built the HTX in both V-plow and straight blade options. The Boss HTX family is specifically engineered for today's half-ton and light-duty vehicles. Make no mistake, they have big-time power. So when you're working to restore order, the Boss HTX is here to back you up.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead. Stop on out and visit us before you get caught with your plow down.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Looking for a mortgage in the Valley? Where would you go? Some people are skeptical of those humongous banks. Others worry about the stability of some small lenders. At Valley Mortgage, we're independent and only do mortgages. So we're small enough to give you the service you want and large enough to give you the security and experience you need. It's the perfect fit. Valley Mortgage. We're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley. An equal housing lender.
Open your eyes to a credit union.
The one myth of a credit union
is that we don't offer what the other guys do.
Well, that's simply not true.
We have business, checking, and loans.
Mortgages and credit cards.
We have free Kasasa check.
Pam is a small business owner and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
When searching for a home loan, too many people focus only on the rate. They forget to ask the lender, are approvals made locally or in a city far away? Are you experienced at closing on time? With Valley Mortgage, you get a great rate, the best service, local approval, and over 30 years of experience. So give us a ding. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley, an equal housing lender.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
I get asked
all the time,
what in the world is a credit union?
Let me tell you.
It's a member-owned financial cooperative.
And you're a part of it.
You're a part of it.
Because our earnings go back to our members.
So open your eyes to a credit union.
Yeah, that's right. Open them. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. Have a sandwich, you hero.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Open your eyes
to a credit union.
Wait. What's a credit union?
It's a financial cooperative.
And it's member-owned.
Which means
better rates.
Lower fees.
And all the financial services that you need.
It's easy to join.
So easy to join.
Practically ridiculous how easy it is to join.
So open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes to
a credit union.
So open your eyes. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Back in 1926, people in the FM area began choosing the latest fashions and flooring materials from Fargo Linoleum, and they still do. Fargo Linoleum offers you everything in floor covering. After all these years, Fargo Linoleum is still the floor covering leader.
Whether you're building a new home or looking to save money on your energy bills by improving your existing insulation, let the experts at Cullen Insulation help you out. Contact Dan and mention this ad to receive a 10% discount off any work they perform for you. Just like your Moorhead Spuds, the team at Cullen Insulation is committed to excellence.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
When you need your light-duty truck to do full-size jobs, Boss built the HTX. In both V-plow and straight blade options, the Boss HTX family is specifically engineered for today's half-ton and light-duty vehicles. Make no mistake, they have big-time power. So when you're working to restore order, the Boss HTX is here to back you up.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead. Stop on out and visit us before you get caught with your plow down.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic, serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes, offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Looking for a mortgage in the Valley? Where would you go? Some people are skeptical of those humongous banks. Others worry about the stability of some small lenders. At Valley Mortgage, we're independent and only do mortgages. So we're small enough to give you the service you want and large enough to give you the security and experience you need. It's the perfect fit. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley. An equal housing lender.
Open your eyes to a credit union.
The one myth of a credit union
Is that we don't offer what the other guys do.
well, that's simply not true.
We have business, checking, and loans.
Mortgages and credit cards.
We have free Kasasa checking.
And all the other services you need too.
Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
When searching for a home loan, too many people focus only on the rate. They forget to ask the lender, are approvals made locally or in a city far away? Are you experienced at closing on time? With Valley Mortgage, you get a great rate, the best service, local approval, and over 30 years of experience. So give us a ding. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley. An equal housing lender.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
I I get asked
all the time, what in the world is a credit union?
Let me tell you.
It's a member-owned financial cooperative.
And you're a part of it.
You're a part of it.
Because our earnings go back to our members.
So open your eyes to a credit union.
Yeah, that's right. Open them. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
Well, both teams have returned to the ice here for the second period. The first period, Dan, was some solid play. Scoring recap, we had the Spuds striking first just as a 5-minute major expired. And Caden Triggs got his 20th goal of the season with assists going to Grammer and Jess.
Yep, great job by that line. Great job by Moorhead in general, but that line is lethal, and it has been all year. Triggs has been burying the puck left and right, and again gets it done in the first period here.
As the period wore on, Tech Apollo was able to answer as Davidson. Sean Davidson came across the red line, dumped one in what looked like a pretty benign play, and it was able to bounce past Hudson Hodges out front, and that's where Kyle Christian was able to clean up the mess.
Yeah, kind of a funny bounce, but St. Cloud will take it. We got an even game here, 1-1.
Start of the second, Spuds, 1:57 remaining on the power play. Puck is down. Jess wins it back to Moylan and slides it to Grammer. Grammer at the top of his circle surveys as they set up the rush up the ice on the power play to Johnson, up to Jess, who carries across the line and chips it in deep behind Bertram. Puck rolls there where Davidson gets there first, tries to clear, tipped, but held in, but then retreat by Grammer as he was able to clear the zone, and he retreats back again to come up the ice, lays it for Johnson swinging. Johnson comes up the ice, back to Grammer heading up the ice, who carries across the blue, cuts to the center, slides it to Jess across, back up to Grammer, up to Moylanen. Moylanen drops it back to Grammer, and he slides it over to Jess in the circle. Jess fires, and Bertram's able to knock it up into the netting.
Good puck movement by Moorhead. Again, Moylan sliding down for that backdoor pass. Doesn't get to him, but he's been doing a good job with that. But Moorhead's really moving the puck nicely at the zone.
Triggs in for the draw against Falloon. And it's a stalemate, and Tech Apollo is there, able to get there first. And clear the ice by Christian Engel down the ice behind Hodges, where Grammer picks up and circles up. He slides it to Johnson. Johnson to Jess. Jess touches it to the middle, back to Grammer. Grammer comes in, moves around Davidson, slides into the middle, gets it onto Bertram, and he's able to hang on for another whistle, face off to his left.
Good job by Grammer taking that puck to the net. August Falloon does a good job of angling him out, but Grammer's able to get around him and get the puck on net.
Exactly halfway through the Spuds power play, a minute to go. Fear steps in for the face-off. Dronin on the right, Overbo on the left. Fear wins it to Gunkel. Gunkel across to Grant Frisch, who comes in, slides it cross box to Max Dronin, who one times it home for a Spuds goal.
Great puck movement by Moorhead. Gunkel makes a nice pass over to Grant Frisch, who slides it back over to Dronin. Pretty play, just how you draw it up.
And you might say the monkey is off the back, as Max Dronin has played some fantastic hockey for the Spuds this year and just been a little snake bitten and getting one into the net, but he buries a one-timer on the power play into the gaping net, and Max Dronin has his first goal of the year with a beautiful pass from Grant Frisch, and Gunkel with the other assist on that one.
Yep, that's just how you draw it up.
50-50 draw. Grammer picks it up, circling back. Tries a cross-ice pass that hits some traffic, and now it's a scrum at center ice where they pick it up. Tech brings it in. Chase bringing it in and is met with traffic there, and Warner gets a quick shot on net there. Overbo comes to the half wall to win the puck. It's in a 50-50 with Randolph. Overbo touches it to Gregoire. Gregoire in the corner, circles and lays it up nicely to Dronin, who picks it up on the half wall. Gets it to Overbo in the middle, who tips it the length of the ice and will result in an icing.
Good crisp pass by Dronin, just bounces off the stick and makes it all the way down for an icing call.
Face-off will come all the way back down to the left of Hudson Hodges, where Jonas Spicer will step in for the Spuds, along with Johnny Franklin and Kai Holm. And we've got Gunkel and Grant Frisch on defense. The Warner line with Randolph and Oster step in. And that's Eric Warner up front, number 6 for Tech Apollo. Warner wins the draw, comes back where his shot is snapped through traffic but blocked down there. Drew Boyk was able to take the shot, and Warner drove hard to the net, and Spicer's going to take a penalty.
Eric Warner had a great opportunity to get a backhanded shot on net for a goal, and Spicer takes him down.
So battling hard in a defensive zone situation out in front of the net. Jonas Spicer's going to go off for 2 minutes, and we'll see Tech Apollo's power play for the first time tonight. Falloon in on the draw against Overbo. 50-50. Players battling for that loose puck, and Tech Apollo is able to get it. Luke Johnson pulls it up to Max Rudd, who snaps it across to Davidson. Davidson comes in on the left, slides it down to Keller, back to Davidson. David snaps one on net, just high over the top of the bar, and it rattles all the way out to the neutral zone where Max Rudd surveys the ice, waiting for his teammates to come back. Rudd snaps a rink-wide pass to Keller, who streaks it on the right, cuts into the middle, tries to snap one on net, but it's redirected nicely by Gregoire to the corner where Rudd gets it up top, slides it across to Davidson, and he'll settle things down. Back to Rudd on the left point. Rudd picks it up back to Davidson in the middle. Davidson fakes a pass across, and he slides it down to Johnson. Johnson back to Davidson. Davidson sliding in over to Rudd. Rudd steps in, peels back again, tries to do a whirly twirl pass, and it comes across, intercepted there, but up to Davidson, who snaps it in. Spuds are able to intercept as Luke Grammer picks it off, and Kai Holm sends it the length of the ice where Bertram sets it up for Davison. Davison will wheel up the left side for St. Cloud, but then decides to hold off and wait for help. Luke Johnson swings. Davison comes up the middle, surveying the ice, trying to get to the red line, and all he can do is send it in deeper. Hodges stops it and steps out, and Hudson Hodges takes care of business himself, icing the puck the length of the ice where Bertram will set it up. Cullen Jess first in on Max Rudd, picks it off, centers it for Carter Johnson, and he's just disrupted by Warner, who comes back on defense as Corey Warner just disrupting Carter Johnson on a grade A chance. Puck out, flipped in by Moylanen, back where Warner will set it up. Corey Warner, that is, number 5 for Tech Apollo, comes out from behind his own net, slides it to the right to Luke Johnson. Luke Johnson loses an edge, and Carter Johnson now turns it back. Carter Johnson for the Spuds, crosses the line, makes a move around Warner, peels back, sends it up to Moylanen. Moylanen snaps it down low. A nice save play, shorthanded to make sure it gets in deep where Max Rudd comes back. And Max Rudd is able to find Keller on a break. Keller, under some pressure from back-checking Gunkel, snaps a weak one in on Hodges, who grabs, holds on, and gets a whistle.
Moorhead's penalty kill unit did a good job of maintaining control of the puck for the last 40 seconds, killing some time on that power play. Good job on Moorhead's penalty kill.
5 seconds remaining. Warner in on the draw. Luke Grammer gets in the corner, and he's able to escape and come up the center of the ice with a backhanded pass to Triggs screaming in. Triggs carries in on the left, mishandles there, and he's ridden off to play nicely by Baker. And now to the far corner where Triggs and Spicer do battle, and Randolph for Tech Apollo, and Warner chips it in behind his net, and that's where Baker picks it up again for them. He gets it up on the wing, but it misfires, and Grammer picks it up, sends it back to Fear. Fear on the right side, snaps off a quick shot, hits the net where Bertram's able to stop that one, and cleared nicely by Baker. Tech Apollo can't cut up, but Warner will pick up the puck, flips it to Grant Frisch, who gloves it down nicely in the neutral zone and wins the puck forward. And now here comes Randolph, who's able to get it and sneak it on the left side. Randolph throws a nice low shot off of the pad of Hodges that kicks to Triggs, and Triggs tries to clear the zone, unable to, but then is able to. Now it's sent back in. Baker sends it in behind the net where Grammer picks it up and wheels up the ice. Here comes Luke Grammer for the Spuds, surveying the ice, coming up, looking for a play, maneuvers around. He's in the zone, snaps off a quick high shot that just is directed off the glove of Bertram over the net, and Mion's in pursuit. He comes back to his end, finds Fear up the right through the neutral zone, loses the handle, and Max Rudd's able to come up the ice and make a play, but he is intercepted nicely there by Mion. Then Triggs gets run into hard by Christian Engel, and the puck is loose, and that's where Rudd picks it up and makes another nice pass over to Tanner Simonson. Now Moylanen has it. He peels back, finds Mion far side. Mion chips it up beautifully to Overbo, who's streaking it on the right. Overbo sliding across to Johnny Franklin, who's tied up nicely. there by Tanner Simonson. Shot from Moylan on net. Nice rebound where Overbo fights for it. Able to win the puck in the corner. Sends it down around behind. We got Dronin in pursuit. He's in pursuit and is able to win the puck back around behind the net where Johnny Franklin chases. Max Ruud makes a centering pass. Bounces off of Simonson. Back into the zone for the Spuds. Johnny Franklin again, hot in pursuit. Best they can do is try to clear, but it's held in by Moylan. Now Dronin comes on the half wall, riding the edge. Throws one towards the net, just wide. Mion keeps it in, down low to Franklin. But it's intercepted there by Max Ruud, who carries up for Tech Apollo. Tries to make a centering pass, turned back by Moylan. Moylan sends it in, and here comes Carter Johnson, who's in on net. Very wisely poked away by Bertram to read that play. Kai Holm gloves it down. He comes down the slot. Shot tipped just wide by Johnson, who picks it up in puck recovery in the corner. Cycles it to Holm, who drives the seam. Holm up to Gregoire. Gregoire surveys sidewall to Johnson. Johnson has it. Spins away nicely from Falloon. Keeps control. He loses an edge in the corner, but he's able to battle and keep the puck alive where Jess has it. Falloon tries to tie up Jess and is unsuccessful as Cullen peels away. Gets it to Carter up top to Gregoire. Across to Gunkel. Gunkel snaps one off of Luke Johnson, who blocks it, shaking his wrist in pain. He clears the ice as Gregoire goes back on it. Gregoire sends it up the ice. That just past the St. Cloud Tech player, so icing is waved off in behind for Luke Johnson, who sends it up the wall. Gunkel, nice touch pass to the middle for Dronin. Dronin retreats to his own blue line and then chips it up as he's taken off the play by Falloon. Now Gunkel retreats back across to Gregoire. Gregoire steps up the ice, snaps a hard pass across to Jess, who enters the zone on the right. Michael Overbo driving the net. Cullen Jess snaps one on an angle, blockered away, and the puck is loose. Warner chips it up, and then Randolph tries to advance the puck and sends it out of play.
That was a good shift from Moorhead. A lot of great puck movement. McCoy Gregoire in particular had 2-3 nice crisp passes. Hockey's a game of reading and reacting. McCoy got the puck on the point rather than just firing into a crowd. He cuts back and passes it back to the sideboard. Smart play.
Puck's down, up to Grant Frisch at the point. Tough one to handle, and Grant's able to throw it back in around where Overbo is first to the puck. He's pursued, tries to center a pass there, but nobody's home. And now Sam Oster will come up for Tech Apollo, lays it back for Davison, who will retreat into his own corner on the right and sends a long stretch pass up to Warner. Warner comes in, and Hodges is there for the save. Luke Grammer chips it up the wall, but is picked off there by Randolph. Randolph centers it to Warner again. Warner steps in, but he's intercepted nicely by Grant Frisch. And now Lucas Fear brings it up the right side through the neutral zone, cross to Overbo in the middle. Overbo driving, spins, tries to lay it back for Dronin, but a little bit off the target there, and up comes St. Cloud Tech Apollo. Randolph finds a streaking Warner again. Warner slides it across. Nice counterattack by Tech Apollo, where Oster just is not quite able to get the handle, and play continues. Oster gets it up top to Baker. Baker gets to the middle, tries to shoot, but Kai Holm with great stick integrity there redirects it to the corner. Warner for St. Cloud trying to keep it in on the line. Spuds trying to win that puck up on the half wall. Comes to Warner. Warner pulls it out, snaps one on net, and Hodges is there to gobble it up to get the whistle for a face-off coming to his right.
Good shift for St. Cloud. I made reference to it in the first period, but they're sending their forwards out for that stretch pass, and they were able to get behind Moorhead's defenseman twice on that shift. Something Moorhead's going to have to keep an eye on him moving forward.
Face off to Hodges right, deep in the Spud zone. We got the Falloon line with Keller and Johnson out there again. And we have the Spuds top line of Johnson, Jess, and Triggs coming out. Actually, Kai Holm out there with Moylan and Gunkel. Puck's wrapped around to Holm. Holm chasing, but Falloon rides him off nicely there. And the puck pops up to the point, but Carter Johnson's able to come away with it as he enters the zone. Sticked off nicely by Keller, but Kai Holm is there behind the net to add some pressure. Puck is still loose. Colin Jess, and comes out to Johnson, who snaps it. Jess is there. Puck is bouncing, but it gets away. We have a whistle.
Got a high stick on someone. Johnson fanned on that shot right in front. Great opportunity, but he just lost his balance.
And I didn't quite see what happened, but it looks like Kai Holm's going to go to the box for a high sticking call. And the faceoff will come deep in the Spuds end to Hodges left with Falloon, Keller and Johnson, Davidson on the point, and Max Ruud on the point. Johnson and Jess killing with Gunkel and Moylanen. Puck is won by Tech, but it bounces to Jess, who's successfully able to clear it the length of the ice, where Bertram will set it up in behind for Max Ruud. Ruud will wait for his help to come. Davidson swinging to the right and Johnson to the left. Max Ruud steps out, surveying the ice, snaps it up to Johnson, who has a clean run up the left side. Jess in pursuit, and Gunkel, and Johnson pulls up, gets it up to Ruud. Good control for Tech here, entering the zone. Tech Apollo over to Davison on the right. Davison controls, looking for help, gets it down to Keller down low. Gunkel pressures and wins the puck and is able to get a stick on it. It bounces up to Jess, who's able to skate it out of the zone. Colin Jess sends it in deep behind Bertram, and they'll go for a change. All four Killers will change for the Spuds as Davison sets up. He looks for a long stretch pass, but it's not there, and he decides to keep it and get it up to Keller in the middle. Keller stood up by Gregoire. Grammer in pursuit is able to get to the puck first. Gregoire wins a puck battle with Falloon, tries to clear it, but is unable to. Gets it to Davison. Davison over sidewall to Johnson. Johnson surveys, snaps it across to Ruud. Ruud looking, loses the handle, and Lucas Fears is able to step in and break up a centering attempt. Now Ruud again. Ruud down to the corner, looking for help, gets it across to Johnson, but Gregoire is able to jump that. Grammer jumps that, and now Gregoire is going to win a race to a puck and send it the length of the ice, down where Bertram's able to stick it down and look for a stretch pass himself, but decides otherwise. Falloon will gather it in around behind the net, drops it for Ruud. Ruud comes up the right side, now to the middle. Making his way to the middle, weaving through the neutral zone. Max Ruud looking to set something up for Tech Apollo. Backhanded pass softly through the middle, gets to Johnson. Johnson tries to throw one in. It bounces on softly to Hodges, and he's able to grab a hold of it and get another whistle.
Good save by Hodges. That was almost another instance of a shot off the goalie for a rebound out front. Randolph did a good job of that a couple shifts ago. It looks like it might be just kind of a random play, but it's an intentional shot off the goalie for a rebound in front.
Puck is down where Warner wins it back to Warner. Warner slides it across. And they try to snap it on net, but they control here. 13 to go on the Tech Apollo power play. They get it back up top. Back up top to Oster. Oster slides it to Warner. Warner back to Oster. Oster surveying. Picked off by Triggs. Triggs tries to lay a pass to Carter Johnson. That gets picked off, and Tech Apollo controls. Spuds are back to full strength. Out to Warner, who snaps one on net quick, but Hodges is there with the glove.
Good hustle by Ty Holm to get out to that point man right before he can get that shot off and just get a small piece of it.
Spuds able to kill off that Tech Apollo power play, and Tech Apollo will come back with Warner, Oster, and Randolph. Warner on the point with Amundsen. Amundsen gets the puck, snaps it back over to Warner. Warner gets it down to Oster, who slides it into the corner. Johnson ties up Warner in the corner, and Gunkel comes away with it, and here comes Wyatt up the right side, but poked off nicely by Oster, and the Spuds are unable to clear, but now they do as Johnson brings it through the neutral zone. Crosses the blue line on the left, drops it for Triggs. Triggs gets poked nicely by Warner there. That is Eric Warner, the centerman for Tech Apollo. Now in pursuit, Oster is able to fight off Gregoire, and that allows Warner to pick up the puck, who tries a wraparound attempt, but sticked nicely defensively by Carter Johnson, and it rolls harmlessly in on Hodges, who covers up.
Yeah, one thing St. Cloud's going to want to keep an eye on, especially with the Johnson and Triggs line, is as Moorhead approaches the zone, they're going to have to tighten up their gap control. You don't want to give Carter Johnson too much room to make a play.
Jonas Spicer in for the draw, and it's one back to Grant Frisch for the Spuds, who circles the net and finds Holm on the breakout. Holm up the left side, wins a puck battle, and is able to chip it in behind the D where Spicer picks it up. 2-on-1 forming. Tries to center it, but Max Ruud slides nicely to break up that passing play, and the puck rolls to the corner where it's picked up by Tech Apollo, who slides it up to number 7, Greg Carlstead, for his first shift of the night, along with Caleb Fitch for Tech Apollo. Puck's played in behind where Hodges isn't able to get it, but Grammer's the first one to it. Johnny Franklin wins a puck on the wall, and he gets it up to neutral ice. Here comes Grammer up the middle. He enters the zone, tries to flip it into streaking Jonas Spicer, unable to connect. Puck rolls to the corner where Overbo picks it up. Overbo gets checked off by Davison in the corner, but he uses his big frame to protect the puck, and Davison's able to sneak in there and get it. Comes out to Gunkel, who tries to glove it down. But he does happen to keep the zone, but it comes back to Simonson, who gets it across to Ruud, who goes cross ice to Davison, but is picked off nicely by Fear. Now Dronin in. Dronin gets the puck fresh off the bench, gets it to Fear. Fear in the corner with Ruud chasing. Back to Dronin, who steps out front. A great play, and Bertram's there to fend off Max Dronin on a great play by Lucas Fear.
Good job by Dronin going to the net there. You know, Luke Grammer on that last shift, his gap control, not on the defensive end, but moving forward, he stays nice and tight to the play, so when the puck bounces out, Luke's able to jump on it right away and transition down to get a shot on net.
Boy, gap control spoken like a true defenseman there.
Well, I do have some experience.
Puck is one back where Keller's able to clear for Tech Apollo. Coming on to Moylan, and Gunkel's going to retreat all the way behind his net. He reverses the play to Overbo, who then reverses it all the way back around to Fear. Fear has some space on the right coming up. Checked off nicely by Keller on the play, and Warner tries to keep it in, but softly, and Moylan gets it up to Overbo, and the play is just offsides, and a nice stretch pass attempt by Cade Moylan to Mike Overbo.
Just barely offsides. It was the right idea. Overbo was in a good spot. Great pass, just barely offside.
Good quick strike transition displayed by both teams tonight. You don't want to get caught napping in the neutral zone, or they'll turn it back on you quickly. We've got Dronin in for the faceoff. And the Wings come in to fight for it, and Falloon is able to come away for Tech Apollo. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson to Warner. Warner snaps another one, but Hodges blockers it away. Luke Grammer first to the puck, tips it by Falloon, but Falloon gets in his way. And Dronin is able to get it. A nice little backhand saucer pass over to Overbo. Tries to go rink wide, but it hits some traffic, and now Overbo battles at center ice. Dronin gets it, is able to get to the red line and dump it in deep behind Bertram, where Warner goes for it. Warner lays it up the wall to Johnson. Johnson gets his pass picked off by Triggs, and Spuds are counterattacking, but Johnson gets it and peels back up the ice looking for that stretch pass again. But he gets to the red line and has to throw it deep. Gregoire has first one on it. Lays it in behind for Grammer. Grammer taps it along up the wall to Jess. Jess picks it up with some steam and space. Here comes Cullen on the right side, crossing the blue line. Rude trying to check him. Cullen gets to the net, but checked off nicely by Rude, and he gains control. Jess tries to center it, but it comes right to Johnson. And Keller come up the ice. Broken up nicely by Mion, but Johnson gets the puck. Stops there. Grammer keeps him in check. He throws it rink wide. Comes to Rude off the wall. Rude surveying. Goes cross box to Johnson. Johnson into Keller, and Keller snaps off a grade A right from the middle of the slot, but Hodges blockers it away, and here comes Cullen Jess. Chips it off the wall, and Triggs is in pursuit, but Davison's first to the puck and spins away nicely from Triggs. Triggs stays hot on him with the stick, and Cullen Jess is able to win a puck, but the official has called it down for a hand pass.
St. Cloud's top line again on that shift. Very, very big threat. Luke Johnson, nice speed coming up the wall. He cuts back for a nice centering pass. That is a nice looking line, and they're getting plenty of opportunities, and need to keep an eye on that line there.
We have Warner, Eric Warner that is, stepping in with Oster and Randolph, their second unit out there against Franklin, Spicer, and Holm for the Spuds. Play by Moylan, tries to clear the puck out to Holm. Holm unable to clear the zone, held in nicely at the point by Davidson. Battle ensues on the half wall where Franklin and Moylan do battle, and Moylan comes away with it, gets it to Holm on the left side. Holm through the zone, slips it past Davison, gets around him, first to the puck in the corner. Davison tries to ride him off, but Holm slips away, and then the puck is whacked out by a St. Cloud Tech Apollo player the length of the ice, where Hodges sets it for Gunkel. Gunkel comes out in front of his own net, picked off nicely by Oster. Oster up to the point to Baker. Baker surveys and sends it back down deep and wraps it around where Holm's the first to the puck on the left side. Holm tries to clear it and is able to get it out there past Boyk. Boyk retreats into the neutral zone, into his own zone, and then stops and comes up. Sends it up ice to Simonson, who tips it in behind Hodges, and Oster's first to the puck. Hodges plays it in the corner to Moylan. Oster's in pursuit there, and Moylan is able to come away with it as Holm and Oster tie up. Rolls back around the corner where Fear is in battle in the corner there with Harrington, and Fear comes away with it, chips it by Baker. Fear coming in, but he's ridden off nicely by Simonson. And we're going to have a penalty on the play.
Looks like a cross-check. Cross-check on number 19 here, Oster.
May have been behind the play. I did not see it, but we've got a cross-checking call on Sam Oster.
Could have been against Kai Holm. I tell you what, there aren't many kids that work harder than Kai Holm, and sometimes you can get under your skin, and that may have been what happened.
Spuds send out their top power play unit of Johnson, Triggs, and Jess with Moylan and Grammer on the point. Puck is down, and it's a 50-50 puck won by the Spuds, where Jess controls on the right side up at the point. Finds Grammer up top, slides it over to Moylan on the right. Moylan slips in over to Johnson. Johnson centers it for Triggs. They're unable to connect. A nice looking play there, an attempt, but grabbed by Davison, cleared the length of the ice, where Hodges will set it up for Grammer, who's going to wait for his help to come so they can come up the ice as a unit. Grammer comes to the middle, able to shake and bake on Luke Johnson, and then slide it across to Cullen Jess, who enters the zone with control. Entry pass to Triggs, who tries to cut to the middle for a shot, but defended nicely there and cleared out by Luke Johnson, who sends it high, and Luke Grammer jumps up to try to corral that puck, and it goes off his glove and into the Spuds box for another whistle.
Good job by St. Cloud. Moorhead just didn't get the opportunities that they wanted that shift. St. Cloud does a good job of clearing the puck on two.
Drone and Fear and Overbo come onto the ice with Grant Frisch and Gunkel on the point. Gunkel has the puck, slides it back across to Frisch to come in for the attack. Davison steps up nicely to get that, but Frisch calmly peels back and comes and tries to reset again. Here comes Grant up the middle, crosses the blue line, entering the zone, drops it back for Dronen. Dronen keeping control on the half wall, needs some help. Dronen in there, digs it free. Davison in pursuit of him, and Dronen still in pursuit of the puck, looking for some help from the Spuds, but Luke Johnson's the first one to it, and he's able to try to clear, but Gunkel holds it in nicely, sends it back in deeper. Davison tries to sweep it along, but Grant Frisch there holding the point nicely down to Overbo. Overbo mishandles, tries to chip it past Davison. Davison doing good battle there for Tech Apollo, but the Spuds come away with it. Fear pulls it out of the corner to Overbo. Overbo tries to pull it out front. Fear picks it out, almost has an opportunity out in front of the net, but cleared away nicely by Tech Apollo, down where Hodges sets it up and has nothing to do but hang on to the end of the second period. Well,
Good period for both teams. We still have a tight game here. It's 2-1 in favor of the Spuds, but not a bad period for St. Cloud. They played well defensively. Did a good job with their penalty kills, carrying the puck.
Spuds were able to get the only tally of the period on a power play goal coming off the stick of Max Dronen with a nice one-time shot on a feed coming cross box from Grant Frisch, and the second assist going to Wyatt Gunkel on that goal, and the Spuds will take a 2-1 lead into intermission, and they'll come out with 25 seconds remaining on a power play for the third. We'll take a break and be back for third period action.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
I get asked
all the time, what in the world is a credit union?
Let me tell you.
It's a member-owned financial cooperative.
And you're a part of it.
You're a part of it.
Because our earnings go back to our members.
So open your eyes to a credit union.
Yeah, that's right. Open them. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. Have a sandwich, you hero.
Open your eyes to a credit union.
The one myth of a credit union
Is that we don't offer what the other guys do.
well, that's simply not true.
We have business, checking, and loans.
Mortgages and credit cards.
We have free Casasa checking.
And all the other services you need too.
Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
When searching for a home loan, too many people focus only on the rate. They forget to ask the lender, are approvals made locally or in a city far away? Are you experienced at closing on time? With Valley Mortgage, you get a great rate, the best service, local approval, and over 30 years of experience. So give us a ding. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley, an equal housing lender.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
I get asked
All the time.
What in the world is a credit union?
Let me tell you.
It's a member-owned financial cooperative.
And you're a part of it.
you're a part of it.
Because our earnings go back to our members.
So open your eyes to a credit union.
Yeah, that's right. Open them. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. Have a sandwich, you hero.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Open your eyes
To a credit union.
Wait. What's a credit union?
It's a financial cooperative.
And it's member-owned.
Which means
Better rates.
Lower fees.
And all the financial services that you need.
It's easy to join.
So easy to join.
practically ridiculous how easy it is to join.
So open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes to
a credit union.
So open your eyes. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Back in 1926, people in the FM area began choosing the latest fashions and flooring materials from Fargo Linoleum, and they still do. Fargo Linoleum offers you everything in floor covering. After all these years, Fargo Linoleum is still the floor covering leader.
Whether you're building a new home or looking to save money on your energy bills by improving your existing insulation, let the experts at Cullen Insulation help you out. Contact Dan and mention this ad to receive a 10% discount off any work they perform for you. Just like your Moorhead Spuds, the team at Cullen Insulation is committed to excellence.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
light-duty truck to do full-size jobs. Boss built the HTX in both V-plow and straight blade options. The Boss HTX family is specifically engineered for today's half-ton and light-duty vehicles. Make no mistake, they have big-time power. So when you're working to restore order, the Boss HTX is here to back you up.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead. Stop on out and visit us before you get caught with your plow down.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Looking for a mortgage in the Valley? Where would you go? Some people are skeptical of those humongous banks. Others worry about the stability of some small lenders. At Valley Mortgage, we're independent and only do mortgages. So we're small enough to give you the service you want and large enough to give you the security and experience you need. It's the perfect fit. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley. An equal housing lender.
Open your eyes to a credit union.
The one myth of a credit union
Is that we don't offer what the other guys do.
well, that's simply not true.
We have business, checking, and loans.
Mortgages and credit cards.
We have free Kasasa checking.
And all the other services you need too.
Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
When searching for a home loan, too many people focus only on the rate. They forget to ask the lender, are approvals made locally or in a city far away? Are you experienced at closing on time? With Valley Mortgage, you get a great rate, the best service, local approval, and over 30 years of experience. So give us a ding. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley. An equal housing lender.
With the Spuds, 25 seconds remaining on a power play, draws one to Moylan, slides it over to Grammer, who surveys the ice and gets it back to Moylan. Moylan comes up, crosses the red line and blue line, chips it in deep where he's going to win a race with Warner to the puck, and he slaps it in behind for Jess. Jess controlling in the corner over to Johnson behind the net. He's come on hard by Warner, but Cullen Jess continues on, slides it back to Johnson, who's going to go out front, steps out front and slaps one onto Bertram, but Bertram's there to make the save.
St. Cloud does a great job of putting pressure on. They weren't just standing, playing the box. They're actually engaging, putting pressure on. Carter does a good job of getting around. He actually had two options. He could have passed it to Moylan, but he took the shot. Both good choices.
Triggs in for the draw. Tries to shoot one off the draw, but there's Davison to peel it away. Comes up the left side to Luke Johnson, who slides it back to Davison, who snaps it across to Warner. Warner mishandles, and Jess picks it up, but Warner continues on with a hard shoulder on Jess to free up the puck. Davison goes high off the glass. Again, Jess there to stop it. Comes back to Davison, who snaps it across to Warner again. Warner looks up the ice to Johnson, but Johnson not ready for it to Luke Grammer. Luke across to Gregoire. Gregoire up the wall to Triggs. Triggs tries to get it across, but on the stick of Warner. Warner plays it back where Grammer's there to intercept to Jess. Jess tries to bump it off the wall, misfires, and Falloon is there in pursuit and Jess on his tail. He slides it around for Davison, but misfires. Triggs first to the puck, gets it up to Gregoire, slides the line, gets it cross corner in, where Jess is the first to the puck. He chips it in deep for Triggs, where Falloon intercepts, and he starts to walk out and flips it high, but Jess there again intercept, gloves it down, snaps it on net, but Bertram's there for the save.
Rob, you get the feeling like the game plan for St. Cloud between the second and third was to hit and use their body to slow down Moorhead. There's been a lot of body contact, and St. Cloud's doing a real good job of containing the Spuds thus far.
Certainly looking to make an early push is St. Cloud, but the draw comes to Dronen, who snaps one, and it's redirected wide by Bertram. Overbo now behind the net to Dronen. Dronen controlling. He's penned in there nicely by Amundsen, but Max shakes free. Amundsen still in pursuit. Both battling hard with Overbo in there and Warner, but Overbo comes away with it, tries to drive the seam, fights off Warner. Comes to the middle, but picked off nicely there by Oster. And the puck comes to center where Gunkel gets it, sends it to Dronen. Dronen cross ice to Overbo. Overbo in pursuit, but Max Ruud is there to win the puck, and Fear's there to intercept, but Ruud is there, chips it by Fear, and he carries and passes on up the wall to Warner, and Warner is able to muck it out of the zone. Fear there to intercept, cross ice, Gunkel in pursuit. Amundsen and Gunkel do battle, but Gunkel wins it to Fear. Now Fear in on Ruud. Fear with a nice little move around Ruud, but Ruud's stick is there to disrupt the shot on net by Lucas Fear. Fear gets to the puck, tries to play it in deep for Spicer, but Ruud's there, and he makes a maneuver around Spicer and finds Warner in the middle, but he mishandles. Grant Fish there to knock it back in for the Spuds. And then Amundsen gets the puck and decides he needs a whistle and sends it the length of the ice.
Some nifty puck handling by Fear as he entered the zone there to get around the defenseman to try and get that shot on net. Sweet hands.
Faceoff will come to Bertram's right, deep in the Tech Apollo zone. Jonas Spicer on with Johnny Franklin on the right and Kai Holm. Frisch and Grammer on the point. In there against the Simonson line with Baker on D. Harrington, quick shot, nice pass by Grant Frisch across to Grammer, who snaps one on net. Chaos ensues. Jonas Spicer the rebound attempt, but Tech Apollo clears the center where Grammer gets to Frisch. Frisch to Holm. Holm crosses the line, gets it up to Spicer. Spicer's met there by Baker. As Tech Apollo continues to try to play the body, we've got a penalty coming.
Penalty on St. Cloud slash.
So Drew Boyk, number 22 for Tech Apollo, takes a slashing penalty as St. Cloud has continued their physical play here to start the third period, but the Spuds will go on the power play because of it.
Not what we want for St. Cloud. 2-1 game, they have to stay out of the penalty box.
Certainly don't want to continue to test fate here on the Spuds power play unit. Grammer has the puck, now down to Jess. Jess gets it down low to Johnson. But that's where Davison's in hot pursuit, and then Warner on Johnson. Up to Jess, he gets it. Jess tries to drive the seam, throws it in weakly to the middle where Triggs redirects it just wide. Now Moylan gets in puck recovery, gets it back to Johnson. Johnson wins a puck, Jess there to help. Johnson in the corner. Passes to Triggs in the little soft spot, and Triggs with a one-timer blocked there by Warner. That's Corey Warner, number 5 on defense for Tech Apollo, clears the puck the length of the ice. Grammer sets up behind. Tries to come out, loses it. Now he regains the handle. Comes up the middle. Slides it over to Moylan on the left, who's got space, and here comes Cade up the ice. Cade chips it into the corner where the Spuds will attempt to win this puck with Triggs and Moylan, and Triggs comes away with it. Here comes Triggs. Centers it to Grammer, but he just misfires on the one touch, and it comes out of the zone. Colin Jess unable to hold, and then Tech Apollo clears it down where Hodges is going to play it. Gets it to Moylan, and Moylan up to Grammer up the ice, and here comes Luke Grammer across the blue line. Gets the edge. Slides it back to Triggs. Triggs tries the shot and just misses wide. Comes up to Gunkel on the point, who goes down to Dronen. Dronen down to Triggs. Triggs walks in and mishandles the puck. And Dronen gets it, but Bertram very wisely leaps out aggressively on his crease and covers the puck.
Again, good job by Grammer of jumping in on the rush there. It's like a fourth forward. And when Luke's able to do that, it's a big advantage for Moorhead. Increases their opportunities big time.
Fear in for the draw with Dronen on the right. Gunkel up top with Gregoire. And he wins it back where Gunkel slides it to Gregoire. McCoy steps in, snaps a quick one on net. Rebound was there, but unable to get it was Michael Overbo, and Max Ruud did a nice job of clearing it. Now Overbo in behind gets it up to Gregoire again. Gregoire slides to the middle, snaps another one. Bertram with the pad save, and it lays there loose, but the Spuds unable to corral it, and Tech clears it the length of the ice. Gregoire sets up now behind, waiting for his help to come back. Dronen swings to the left, he hits Dronen. Dronen slides up to left, touches it back to Gregoire, back to Dronen, and Overbo picks up. Now Overbo coming in around Davison. Driving hard wide, Michael Overbo on his backhand, slides it up to the point to Gunkel. Gunkel moves across, down to Fear. Fear out of the corner, coming up the wall, back to Gunkel. Gunkel slides to the middle, gets it to Fear on the half wall, who kicks it in, and it goes right to Ruud, who can't clear as it hits Fear again. Now Fear pursues in the corner. Does a nice little oopy-doop in the corner, but Ruud isn't biting, and he stays with him and is able to win the puck eventually and now carry it out himself. Ruud's coming in on Gregoire, does the flip and knock on Gregoire, but Gregoire's there to stand up on the body. And now the puck bounces back in where Gregoire and Ruud give chase again. Two defensemen doing battle deep in the Spud zone. Puck is cleared the length of the ice where Davison will pick it up. Ruud and Gregoire remain tangled in the Spud zone. Length of the ice pass up to Simonson. Simonson's unable to do much with it. Now Kai Holm picks it up. Mishandles, but it comes to Franklin, but then it's turned back, and here comes Simonson again. Simonson and Engel enter the zone. Luke Mion in pursuit rides him off to play nicely where Luke Grammer picks up the puck. Sends it up to Holm, and Holm is loose in the neutral zone with speed. Kai Holm coming in on Davison. Slows up, waiting for help. Tries a shot that hits Davison. The puck goes to the corner. Holm wins it again. Holm is ridden off hard by Warner, but Spicer's the first to the puck. Spicer peels back to the corner nicely, but there's Simonson there. Simonson. Tanner Simonson doing battle with Kai Holm in the corner, and Spicer comes away with it. Up the top to Grammer. Grammer slides the line. Tries to snap a quick one off, but blocked away nicely by Engel. Christian Engel gets his leg on that, and the puck bounces loose to Harrington, who comes into the zone, tries a shot, hits Grammer, caroms to the corner. Rion wheels the net and comes out and sends a rink-wide pass to Holm, but Holm's at the end of a shift and is a little out of gas. Tech Apollo's able to send it in where Falloon gets it, tries a move on Grammer, successful, but right there is Luke Mion with his stick to knock it away, and the Spuds clear it the length of the ice and get an icing.
That was a good job by Engel of getting in the way of that shot, and it creates an offensive opportunity, a good chance for St. Cloud. They're doing a good job of giving themselves a chance here. Their goaltender's playing well this period as well.
10:39 remaining in the third period. Spuds clinging to a 2-1 lead. Deep in the Spud zone, face-off to Hodges left. Johnson wins it to the corner. Flune and Moylanen give chase, and it's in the corner where Triggs does battle and is not quite able to pull it out where Keller wins it, but Moylanen steps in nicely. He's able to get it out of the zone, and Johnson chips it up to Triggs, and we have another battle. Well, Carter comes out with it, chips it in behind Luke Johnson. Carter Johnson slides in. Nice low shot with a streaking Cullen Jess, unable to corral the rebound. Puck goes across the ice to Keller. Keller brings it out, slides it across to Johnson. Just misfires where Johnson has to lay it in where Grant Frisch picks it up. Back to Moylanen. He continues it on to Jess around the wall, but Max Ruud slides in and keeps the play in there. Carter Johnson in the corner, back to Grant Frisch, rotates the ice. Grant comes up nicely. Here comes Grant Frisch up the ice, carries, gets a pass up to Triggs. Triggs gets to the red line, tries to throw it deep. Caroms over to Ruud. Ruud sends it out, but Max Dronen is there. Spuds are off sides, but they tag up. And caught in a change are the Spuds, and Keller comes up, but Luke Johnson unable to take advantage of it as they kind of ran into each other, and Triggs turns it back. Play goes deep in the zone. Warner to Davison. Davison wheels his own net behind Bertram, and here he comes up to left, being harassed by Dronen. Davison keeps the puck, gets to the line, and is able to throw it deep. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up.
Probably a trip, the way it looks. Holding. Yeah, it's a good thing for Moorhead that the St. Cloud player ran into his own guy because they're caught on a defensive change there. I don't think the defenseman on the bench was ready for that change, and almost led to a chance for St. Cloud, but fortunate for Moorhead, they never panned out.
So Tech Apollo will have a chance on the power play to even things up here in the third, and we have the Warner, Randolph, and Oster line out there to start the power play with Warner on D and Max Ruud. Puck comes out to the point, but hops the stick of Warner, and Overbo's in hot pursuit. Max Ruud plays it calmly back to Warner behind the net. That's Corey Warner. who comes up the ice over to Max Ruud coming up the left. He's got space coming through the neutral zone, crosses the red over to the blue. Tech Apollo players run into each other again, causing a mix-up, and that allows Luke Grammer to clear the puck the length of the ice. And Corey Warner again behind his own net, behind Bertram, comes out. He's got Randolph on his right. He's got Ruud on his left, and he finds Ruud crossing the red line. He slows it up, looking to control. Now no options available, lays it in behind. Hodges handles it again behind the net, but Grammer's there to get it and clear it the length of the ice again, where Bertram will set it up for Corey Warner. Corey Warner behind his own net waiting. He's got Luke Johnson swinging to his right, slides it to him, and here comes Luke Johnson through the neutral zone, cuts back and finds Falloon on the left. Falloon goes cross ice to Keller. Keller now has it in the right corner, gets it down to Luke Johnson. They mishandle it, and Carter Johnson's able to jump that, and we've got something going. Carter Johnson up the left side, gets around the edge on Max Ruud, cuts in, and he's going to score. He is going to score. Carter Johnson on a shorthanded break with his speed, gets the edge, cuts across the face of the goal mouth of the goalie, and tucks it home.
Great effort by Carter Johnson. Not only does he get around the defenseman, but he has to get around the referee as well. Pulls it back or goes around the goaltender. Very nice goal for Carter Johnson.
Because John Triggs tries to whack it the length of the ice to kill some time, unable to do so, but St. Cloud Tech Apollo sends it in on Hodges, but Hodges is able to clear the ice and almost bring Triggs on a breakaway. Caden's first to the puck in the corner with Max Ruud, and Max is able to win the puck up the ice to Falloon, but Falloon can't handle, and Moylanen brings it back. He sends a stretch pass to Triggs at the far blue. Triggs has the edge down in the corner on Davison. They do battle there, and Kai Holmes steps in to keep the puck in with a wicked slap shot that goes over the top of the net. Stays in play, but here comes St. Cloud Tech Apollo. Davison crossing the line, drops it for Johnson. Johnson finds Keller streaking, and he's able to cut across Hodges and tuck one home on the backhand, and Tech answers just that quickly.
Well, that line of Johnson and Falloon, they're a dangerous line, and they've been threatening all game, and they finally got one to go here. Nice passing play by St. Cloud.
Well, if the Spuds, after that shorthanded goal by Carter Johnson, had a little bit of breathing room, it's been taken right back by Tech Apollo, and a nice power play goal entering the zone, again showing the danger of that top line. And we have Dronen in on a face-off. Tech Apollo wins it. Back to Amundsen, who gets to the red line, sends it in deeper. Hodges sets it up for Luke Grammer. He touches it up the wall, but Apollo's able to keep it in. Tech Apollo with their fourth line on the ice with Caleb Fitch doing some work. Now here comes Dronen up the ice to Fear. Fear crosses the blue line with some speed. Tries to snap one in on net, but sticked away nicely by Warner on defense. Dronen behind the net, tries to wrap one around and just about catches Bertram, but unable to. Bertram gets the pad there, and out comes Tech Apollo. That's Greg Carlstead tries to make a pass over to Fitch, and it's disrupted, and we've got another Spuds penalty coming up. And here comes Warner up the ice. He eludes Jonas Spicer, and he carries across the red line, enters the zone. And Overbo is finally able to touch the puck for the Spuds, and we'll have another Spuds penalty.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there, other than Michael Overbo was working hard for the puck, and he let his competitiveness get the best of him there, and he sent his opponent to the ice. So he's called for a cross-check or interference.
Well, certainly a move that paid off as for some energy. Tech Apollo sent their fourth line out there, and they end up drawing a penalty for them. And here we have the Falloon, Johnson, Keller line out. A quick shot on goal off the faceoff, and Hodges is there to stop it. Jess tips it away, and he's on a break. Right now he's got Davison trying to keep him in check, and Cullen Jess tries to get the edge. Davison throws a classic hip check on him to free him up, and the puck pops loose to the corner where Max Ruud slows it down and gains control for Tech Apollo. Here comes Davison now. Back to Ruud as he comes across the red line. Tries to get across. A great stick by Carter Johnson to break up that play, and Jess sounds it down to the tops of the circles where Luke Johnson turns it back for Tech Apollo. Here comes Keller, but that's sticked away nicely by Gregoire. Now Triggs in pursuit of Max Ruud. Ruud back to the top of his circle, sends it back off the wall to Keller. Keller gathers it in and finds Ruud again on the other side of the ice. He crosses the blue line, tries to center for Falloon, not quite ready for it. Falloon back to Luke Johnson. Fear steps in, but it pops loose to Ruud, and Ruud gets it to Keller, who snaps another shot that just goes wide of the net. Now Luke Johnson tries to go backdoor again for Keller. Keller tries to wing one on net, but that gets disrupted, and now here comes Luke Johnson on the right side again on the half wall, looking, surveying, trying to find Keller. It bounces off of traffic right to August Falloon, who buries it, low blocker, and we've got a tie game.
Same They have a nose for the net, and they're able to get another one past Hodges here on that power play.
5:45 remaining here in the third period, and St. Cloud Tech Apollo has managed to tie this game up on another power play goal. Special teams has proven important in this game, and with 5:45 to go, we'll see what happens as the puck is drawn back to Moylanen, who steps up but has his centering pass picked off by Warner. Now Luke Grammer peels back to get the puck, surveys the ice, and doesn't have any options and tries to flip one up. Now the puck is loose in the corner, battling for it. Tech Apollo is able to win it to Davison. Triggs in pursuit, forces him to send it back in around, and it rattles around the wall. Up to Cullen Jess, who is able to make a nice play to exit the zone, who tries to get it to Triggs but just misfires. Davison steps back, just turns and whips one up the ice. And now Luke Grammer will peel back for the Spuds. In pursuit there is number 19, Sam Oster. Grammer comes up to Jess. Jess to Johnson. Johnson to Triggs. They enter the zone. Triggs back to Johnson on the backhand, unable to connect, but a beautiful play up the ice. And Johnson gets it to Jess. Jess is checked off nicely by Warner, but Carter Johnson now does battle on the half wall. Tangled up with Warner and Randolph. There's Luke Grammer trying to keep the puck in on Oster, and he does. He's able to, and the puck goes to the far corner where Triggs is in pursuit of Amundsen. Amundsen chips it up off the glass, but Gregoire holds it in. Now it's in Triggs' feet, and they're digging. Randolph, Triggs, Jess, Warner, all digging. And Dronen joins the fray, and he comes out with it. Now Triggs. Triggs tries to snap it across box to Grammer. Pops out to Gregoire, who rolls it in behind. And we've got Warner in pursuit. Gets it by Dronen. Up to Oster, who just whacks it down the ice, and it'll go the length of the ice for an icing.
Good job by St. Cloud of using their stick. They're defending very well in their end, and Moorhead wasn't able to get a good chance on that shift.
So Bertram, who has very quietly played a nice game for Tech Apollo, will see a faceoff coming to his right. Max Dronen steps in against August Falloon, and this first line for Tech Apollo is getting a lot of ice time at this point. Luke Johnson picks up the puck in the corner. He comes up the ice and tries to get it past Overbo, unable to, but then wins the puck from him. Poked away nicely by Moylanen as Tech Apollo needs to tag up. Gunkel tries to find Overbo up the ice, unable to, but Moylanen's there to pick off a return pass. He crosses the red line, chips it in, sneaks it by another player. But now they turn the puck back up the ice, and we've got Keller and Johnson in on a 2-on-1 on Gunkel. Slides it across, and Hudson Hodges slides across and stops Luke Johnson on a point-blank attempt.
Yep, they're right back at it again, that top line. Great chance. Incredible save by Hudson Hodges to keep the game tied.
Well, the quick strike ability shown again here in transition by this top line of Tech Apollo. Face-off coming to the right of Hodges, deep in the Spud zone. Dronen wins it back to Grammer. Grammer circles around behind his net, now surveying the ice. Does a little hesitation move and comes up with speed. Here comes Luke Grammer around Falloon. Luke continues on. He's hooked hard there by Falloon, who wins the puck away and turns it back down the ice for St. Cloud Tech Apollo. Johnson wins a puck, and Falloon comes around the edge on Gregoire. Overbo there to intercept, but Johnson pokes it off his stick and gets it down to Keller below the goal line. Now Gregoire defends him well, and they try a centering pass picked off by Lucas Fear, who's able to clear the zone, and Davison back for Tech Apollo. Turns it back up the ice to Luke Johnson. Luke Johnson back to Max Ruud, who comes up the ice, crosses the red line, backhands one deep onto Hodges. A bouncing puck is there, handled by Hudson, and he elects to hang on.
Well, 3 minutes to go. We got a 3-3 game. Shots are starting to even out here. It's 29 to 20 in favor of Moorhead.
Jonas Spicer in against Tanner Simonson. Both teams' third units are on the ice here. Gunkel and Moylanen on defense. Puck is rolled in around behind. Tried the centering pass by Tech Apollo, but it comes out. Kai Holm unable to handle, and the puck's back to the corner to Moylanen. He reverses it to Gunkel. Gunkel steps out the right side, finds Franklin, but just misfires, and it goes out to Warner, who sends it back in deep. Hodges will set it up for Moylanen behind the net. Moylanen comes out the left side, reverses the puck to the corner where Gunkel will chase it down. He tries to flip one high, but waffles on his stick, and there Christian Engel is in pursuit and ties him up. Jonas Spicer tries to clear the zone. Gunkel gets it and reverses it back around to Moylanen coming up the left. Moylanen can't quite pull it off the wall and reverses ice back the other way. Here comes Cade Moylanen. Banks it off the wall to Franklin. Franklin unable to get it. Spicer can't clear it, but Moylanen follows up and is able to get there. Gets the red line and gets it in deep behind Bertram. Puck rattles around to Warner. John Franklin in pursuit. Warner reverses to Davison. Davison up the right. Another long pass where he attempts to just ice the puck or find someone at the far line, and Luke Grammer comes up the ice with speed. Here comes Grammer. Getting around the edge on Davison into the left corner. Fires one on net from a shallow angle that Bertram's able to stop. And Davison's there, but Grammer rags him. Grammer in pursuit. Wins the puck, and now Carter Johnson goes to work in the corner. Gets it to Triggs. Triggs all alone, needs some help down there. He's got Warner and Warner. Warner and Warner taking care of him. Carter Johnson comes out of it. Cullen Jess now has the puck in the corner. He tries a backhanded pass down to Johnson or Triggs. Intercepted by Davison, who tries to ice the puck again. Unsuccessfully flips it, and we've got a break. Cullen Jess turns it to Johnson. Johnson to Triggs. And a diving save by Bertram. No goal. A beautiful diving save by Bertram. Caden Triggs with the puck on his stick and a gaping net, the Spuds' leading scorer. Beautiful save by Bertram.
He's robbed by the goalie on that one. Beautiful save. And we have St. Cloud going to the box on a hold, so Moorhead will get a power play opportunity.
Somewhat of a desperation play, I'd imagine, by Christian Engel there when the Spuds looked like they were going to get the go-ahead goal with the puck on the stick of the Spuds' leading goal scorer, Caden Triggs. And Bertram made the save of the game there. Power play now for the Spuds. Moylanen to Triggs. Down to Johnson. Johnson's taken away nicely there by Amundsen. Now Triggs digs it out. Gets it up to Grammer at the point. Grammer over to Moylanen. Moylanen one times that puck on net. Johnson in recovery, puck recovery mode. Amundsen ties him up. See if the Spuds can dig it free, but they don't, and they don't have enough help. And Max Rude's the first to the puck to clear it. Settles in behind the Spuds net where Luke Grammer takes control and slows it up, waiting for his help. Slides it to Cullen Jess, who comes back across the ice to Dronen. Dronen to Moylanen. He steps across the line, snaps one, slaps a light one in on net, and Bertram hangs on for a whistle.
Pretty clean shot, easy save for the goalie. We've got 45 seconds left in the third period. Power play for Moorhead.
Face-off coming deep in the St. Cloud Tech Apollo zone to the right of Bertram. Dronen in against Falloon. Grant Frisch and Gunkel on the point. Comes back to Gunkel. Slides it to Frisch. Frisch down the wall to Fear. Fear back to Frisch, but it's intercepted nicely there by Oster. Now there's battle on the half wall. Fear, Frisch, Overboat joins the play, but Oster's able to win the puck and clear the zone to the neutral zone, and Grant Frisch slides it to Gunkel, back to Frisch, who comes up the left side to Dronen. Dronen taps it to Overboat. Caught in his skates, and Oster's able to win that puck. Grant Frisch pulls it out back to Gunkel, tries the right side. Fear comes in on the right, tries to center it to Overbow, but it hits a skate out front there of Amundsen, and Tech Apollo is able to clear the length of the ice to relieve the pressure. Rolls in behind Hodges. Grant Frisch picks it up. He's waiting, snaps a pass up to Fear on the right. Fear's got space coming through the neutral zone. He crosses the line, and the third period is going to come to an end. Regulation comes to an end in a 3-3 tie.
Yeah, good period for St. Cloud. They came out on fire and put up a fight, and they have a tie game here.
Minnesota high school rules will result in an 8-minute overtime session. If the game is not decided in that time, it'll end in a tie. I can guarantee you both of these teams at this point desperately want a Section 8 AA win to improve their position in the standings, as it is ever so important as we come close to seeding time in the section tournament. These games are ever more important.
Right. Well, it's senior night for Moorhead. We'll see which senior steps up and tries to win the game for the Spuds tonight.
They will have 34 seconds remaining on a power play to start the overtime period. I would expect Coach Ammerman might send that prolific scoring top unit out to try to end this game in the first 34 seconds. And they have had some success in overtime games, ending them early with their recent run in the holiday tournament, Hockey for Life tournament, beating Edina in the first 30 seconds of that overtime game, as well as Eden Prairie on the first shift of that overtime game. So I'm sure the Spuds are hoping to cash in on that overtime luck right now.
Hopefully for them, the trend will continue. Shots are 31-21 in favor of Moorhead. St. Cloud caught up a little bit in that period, especially that top line. Like I said, they've been threatening all game, and they finally were rewarded for their efforts.
Scoring in the third period, the Spuds look to get a comfort goal on a Carter Johnson shorthanded effort that got the Spuds out to a 3-1 lead, but shortly after that, Tech Apollo answered on their power play. On that same power play, got another power play and were able to score another one to tie the game, and we have overtime. And the puck's down, one back to Davison, who surveys, sends it the length of the ice on net to Hodges, who gloves it and sets it for Luke Grammer behind the net. Luke surveys is going to come out, gets it to Moylanen on the left, who's coming up the ice. Grammer joining, Triggs on the rush, and Moylanen comes in deep, trying to gain control for the Spuds. Sends it up to the top, weakly to Grammer, who sends it into Johnson behind the net, but Warner's the first to it. And he's able to clear it the length of the ice with 5 seconds remaining on the power play, and another funny hop behind the net on Hudson Hodges gets over his stick, and Grammer controls. Here comes Luke Grammer snapping it rink wide to Jess. Jess up the right's got space, cuts to the middle, but it's poked off his stick there. But Carter Johnson follows up, and now here he comes in on the edge. Carter Johnson moving in, gets to Triggs, and he scores! Caden Triggs gonna get the game winner in overtime for the Spuds on a beautiful play. Jess Johnson and Triggs connecting on the game winner.
They do it again. Great patience on Carter Johnson's on his half there. He takes the puck, beats the defender, waits, finally centers it to Triggs and buries the puck.
Well, a happy ending on senior night for the 14 seniors of the Spuds, as well as the rest of the team, to get a huge Section 8 AA win over a very tenacious and feisty group with St. Cloud Tech Apollo that certainly can do some damage in the section the rest of the way to disrupt the seedings and even as we get into the section tournament. But for tonight, the Spuds will be happy with their overtime win. Again, in the first minute of overtime, as their first minute shift of overtime luck continues, the Spuds take this one 4-3. Dan Frisch for joining us in the color commentary. Until next time, be a Spud or be a dud.